All right, guys, so Aaron Rodgers had a press conference earlier today, and watching these press conferences, it's always, interesting to listen to and sort of find some pieces from it that I think give us a little bit more information about what's going on. And today, I wanted to specifically focus on a few different quotes he had when asked about Jordan Love, because I feel like with, the Packers coming in, drafting Jordan Love in the first round a couple of years ago or a year ago, whenever that was in 2020, I feel like the big, I guess, sort of the narrative by lots of the media that was sort of the problem that started Aaron Rodgers' issue with the Packers, which potentially maybe it caused an issue with Brian Gutekunst and them not really telling him that they were probably planning on picking a quarterback in the first round. And so I think there's this idea that maybe Aaron Rodgers has some grudge against Jordan Love. But at least from these comments and other things I've seen, it seems to me like he cares about him. They're great friends. And so I really want to read this about sort of their relationship as well, because I think it, just sort of does a good job of painting how, their relationship actually is. But first off, sort of talking about how he's seen him progress so far, we have Aaron Rodgers saying this: I think both guys are really curious and want to learn. Talking about Ben Kurt as well. He said, J-Lo by nature is a quiet guy, and I really enjoy the way he goes about his work time. He may not ask a ton of questions, but I know he's watching. We put on a clip from last year, again, going through some installs we're putting in the next couple of days, and watching him from this year to last year, you can just see that he's been honing the craft and working on his timing and his tempo and his drops and his balance. So the fact that Aaron Rodgers himself notices that Jordan Love has been putting in the work, he's been honing in his skills, he's definitely taken a step forward from last season to this season when it comes to, I guess, sort of growing in many different ways, as Aaron Rodgers was just saying, in his timing, in his tempo, in his drops, in his balance. So maybe he hasn't gotten to the level that he needs to be at to be a great starter in the NFL. We've seen some reports from training camp that he's been a little bit inconsistent, but he's still shown, throwing some good throws, throwing some TD passes. So who knows exactly how much farther he does have to go, but just the fact that Aaron Rodgers sort of sees the growth in Jordan Love and sort of sees that he is putting in that work, I think is positive news for Jordan Love and for his future in the next few years. And then now moving to a few different things Aaron Rodgers had to say about their relationship. So the question being asked was basically about relating his time and experience with Brett Favre when Aaron Rodgers was a backup, and sort of how he could take that and sort of use it to work on this relationship with Jordan Love. So he says, and so I definitely harkened back to that summer, talking about back in the day with Brett Favre, at various times this year, and thought about putting myself in his shoes, what he's got to be feeling, what are his emotions, how is this for him? And then I just reached out. I reached out a number of times, check on him, see how he's doing. He went through a season last year without his sweetie, talking about his girlfriend, I guess, or his wife. I'm not sure if he's married or not. He said she was over in a different continent chasing her own dreams, so wanted to check on him, see how he's doing personally, all the parts of the relationship, the friendship that are important. Also just checking on where he's at mentally. I didn't hold things from him. I let him know where I was at mentally and what I was thinking about. And hopefully he appreciated that. I just felt that's what I would want in that situation, just to hear from the guy, and also there's a love and appreciation and a friendship there, just like it was with me and Brett. So I wanted to make sure I checked in with him and let him know I was thinking about him. That was important for me, and it's not going to change. I have a lot of love and respect for Jordan, and I understand it's got to be tough what he went through. So I think just sort of sharing that and just sort of the reality of the relationship between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love, just because we don't really hear about their relationship, and it's almost like you just sort of assume that maybe it's not great just because we don't hear about it, just because Jordan Love seems to potentially be one of the reasons, that Aaron Rodgers was a little bit upset with the Packers management. Just the fact that they picked a quarterback, not the fact that it was Jordan Love, obviously. But I think it's cool to see that, he cares about him. He wanted to check on him. He let him know sort of what he was thinking, what he was going through. So basically letting him know everything. I think just sort of shows their relationship and basically the respect that Aaron Rodgers has for Jordan Love. So it's definitely nothing between Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. And, I think going forward, it's only going to be a bit more, beneficial for Jordan Love, considering, Aaron Rodgers has basically taken him under his wing, and he's been willing to help him grow, in many different areas. So those are the things I wanted to focus on today from Aaron Rodgers' press conference that I thought were, somewhat interesting. Hopefully you guys found them somewhat interesting as well. But that's going to be it for today's video. If you want to see more Packers content news, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.